Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone's week has started off great. We're midweek now, and we've had some action finally. So, just a quick recap. This is not financial advice. I'm never going to tell you when to buy, sell, long, short, invest, divest. This is purely my own opinion, and I do it for my own enjoyment, and I hope that in the process you get something out of it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and jump right in here. So, we had a couple last video, we had a couple lines in the sand where we had talked about places that we could see Bitcoin going. And if they broke those levels, then we would move on up to the upside. And if we broke the lower levels, we would move to the bottom and to the downside. And we discussed how we were in one heck of a rising wedge for quite a while. And now we are breaking that down and breaking over. We also had a 1 hour head and shoulders, which I will touch on briefly here in a moment. And let's look at where we were and where we are now and where things might go in the near future. Okay, so let's see. A few days ago, we were up here at 47,450. We came back and retested about 47,250, and then we came down and we started filling these areas in. When we broke that 45.5, which I had talked about was the line in the sand to come down, or the 47,200, which I talked about if we were to go up, you notice we went right up to 47,200 and then we came down. And we went to 45.5 right here in this area, dipped down a little bit and then came back up, and then we have continued to descend down. And I expected that. Now we're kind of filling profile structure in, and now we're going to use the left to kind of guide us. So right now, if I zoom out here a little bit, you can see that we just got a buy tail right here, and we came down basically to this buy tail here. We had a little bit of resistance in this area here to help us bounce, and I think that was perfect and needed so that we could come up here now and fill this profile structure in. So if we zoom back out and look at where we are in the current moment, we have this buy tail, which I'll talk about here in a second, and we have this profile area, which we're filling in. Now, I think we should at least go back up and touch this value area low. Now, I'm using the FTX chart, very similar to the Bybit chart. I like to use the derivatives exchange charts. And I do think that we'll come back up and at least visit that area. And then we could go back down. We don't have to come up here and fill this area. If the longer we stay in this range right in here, then there's a good chance we'll come up and fill at least this area here, touch on this point of control, and possibly come up here just a little bit to fill this area in. Don't have to right now, but could. So if we continue to go the opposite way and fill this buy tail in, then I think we'll continue down. And it's a pretty easy free fall from here. All right, let's head over to the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart. So we bounced right about here where we had some little bit of resistance here, a little bit of resistance here, and we go across. We'll keep finding resistance in this area. Resistance here, resistance here. So I talked about that. A pretty strong form of resistance in that area. And we still have a little bit of a gap here and a little bit of a gap here in the volume. So I wouldn't be surprised to bounce up here to say 45.8, possibly 45.8 we could go up to and then come back down. We could zigzag here, trade sideways like we did up in this range. And then we could descend down. And I do think that we will descend down because it really looks like we're filling these volume gaps in. So I have a feeling we're going to continue down, fill this area, and then continue down and fill this area. And then we could go all the way back down here to this 39 area, which is right around the 40K area, fill that area in, and then decide where we're going to go. But as I've mentioned many times, that has always been my plan of where I saw things going, and I think we're still headed there. Now, could we just go here and drop to 40K? Very easily, absolutely. And if that occurs, then with the profile charts, we will just simply do what we did here and come right back up. And this could be, a giant range right here, right? So we could be here, 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 and coming back down, just a giant range, very possible. This could have just been a deviation, also possible, or we knew that we needed to come up here to grab everything, or we were bouncing off the legacy markets, and since they had a nice bounce, we had a nice bounce. We went up and hit resistance, legacy markets went up and hit resistance, and so that's all a possibility. All right, let's look at some smaller time frames here. This is the 2-hour chart. Same structure essentially on the 1-hour chart where we had the head and shoulders pattern. And if you take this is my measure tool, and we bring it down here to where we broke, you can see we went down basically exactly, look at that, exactly to that target. So that's why I think we're going to come up here a little bit. Now we could just hit this area here at about 45.8, which the blue line right now currently is at 46, and then head back down. Could we deviate up into this regression channel? We could. It's a pretty high way up to go. It would be a pretty big deviation, but it is possible. But I don't think really realistically going above 46 and then coming back down, or just head down from where we're at right now. But I have a feeling we're going to come up here for the short term. That's all that I have today. And if you have any questions, please post them in the comments down below. Please take the moment to like, subscribe, and share my videos. It does really help. This is a new channel. We're only a month old now. I try to post every single day. I don't always have the opportunity to do so, or if we're just staying in the same area or range from my previous video, I still let that be valid, unless for some reason I log on and say otherwise. Have a great day, everyone, and thank you for watching.